Good evening, everybody. I know this is not normally the Transport Evolved Take 2 video that you would come to expect. Let me sit up because I have some things to tell you about what's been going on in the Transport Evolved world, and just to let you know what's going to be going on in the next couple of weeks. It is Sunday evening. I am drinking my sports drink. And I'm getting ready for a kind of crazy week. The RadCity PowerBike is back at the studio. I dropped it off today. I've packed it back up. It's going away and I'm going to miss it really badly. I actually have two RadCity PowerBike updates kind of in the hopper that I should have published and I haven't, and for that I'm sorry. I'm going to be publishing them, hopefully one this week and maybe one next week, and then the RadCity PowerBike review, which is coming out very soon. Erin is currently working on that. She's going to rough edit it. This week is going to be kind of crazy. I've been trying to set myself up for doing one video a week on this channel, and it hasn't really worked because I've been so busy with so many other things. Obviously was in LA, drove the Honda Clarity PHEV, and want to know your opinions. I filmed a review and I had very small amount of time with the car and a very small amount of time to do the review. Unfortunately, there isn't one on the local press fleet, so I'm not going to be able to get my hands on one. Excuse me. Again. And one of the cameras, the main camera that I was using in the review, failed. So I've got one camera facing towards me in the cabin and then one facing out of the window, and the other camera that I had pointing at me had some issue with its focus. It's got autofocus and for some reason it wasn't focusing during the drive, and so I have about half the footage that I normally would have for car review. So my first question is, do you want to see that? Tell me if you want to see that. The second thing is, I'm going to be working on the review from the EV West trip and the Zelectric, which was fantastic. Unfortunately, they're going to be like a review, or rather an interview rather than a standard review, because I didn't have a huge amount of time. I was in California for Southern California for 2.5 days, and during that time I had so much that I had to do that I didn't really get a huge amount of time to do anything. So that video is coming as promised. Also a video on Honda and what they're doing with their vehicle-to-grid technology. I was there and able to get an interview with one of Honda's engineers on the subject. And then, as some of you may picked up, late in the evening, as some of you may have picked up, I'm off to India next week, which is very exciting. I'm going to be taking Brandon too. He is coming to film with us. I'm going to be flying with Brandon too. We're going to be meeting up in Dallas-Fort Worth, and then we're going to be flying. So we're both going to be flying to Dallas-Fort Worth, and then we're going to meet up in Dallas-Fort Worth. We're going to be flying to Qatar, Doha International, which, if you've been watching my Twitter account, you'll know has been freaking me out a bit, just because Qatar. And then from there, we fly to Bangalore or Bengaluru, depending on what you want to call it. And we will be guests of a car company there. Lots of people have been asking me, what are your movements? What are you going to be doing? Why are you there? We are there as guests of a car company. There will be more details coming soon. Unfortunately, though, whenever we do a trip around the world, whenever we end up as guests of somebody else, it generally means that we don't have a huge amount of time that is our own. So we are landing, see if I can think on the schedule. I think I'm due to leave on Sunday next week. And then I spend the entirety of Monday traveling. And I arrive very early in Bengaluru on the 2nd, very early in the morning. I then film on the 3rd and the 4th, and then on the 5th, we're back on a plane heading back to America. I nearly said England. Heading on a plane back to America. So that is super busy. And so I'm not going to be able to meet up with the people who have said, hey, why don't you come and say hi? I would love to. I would love to actually spend some decent time in India doing stuff. That's not going to be possible this trip, but hopefully in the future, maybe I can come back and do some other stuff there. There is one other person coming with us who is another well-known EV YouTuber. See if you can figure it out, because they've been dropping hints. I've been dropping hints, but I haven't actually mentioned them by name yet on either of the channels. And so hopefully you'll be able to figure out who this person is. They're coming with me to Bangalore to review these vehicles with me, which is going to be fantastic, because I haven't seen them for... I want to say I haven't seen them for 6 years, 5 years. So that's going to be really good to see them again. I'm not going to drop any more hints. But anyway, all of that means that there's going to be a lot of content coming up in the next couple of days. There is pre-recorded stuff that's not going to be responding to the news headlines. And a lot of people say, why can't you just cover news as they happen? When I'm traveling, I can't do that. The last video I made, not this week's 10, but the 10 before that, the one that was slightly late, it was late because I filmed it in the hotel room in California, and then I edited it on the plane flying back to Portland, Oregon. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to try and do that when I'm in India or not. I think I might be too tired to make that happen, because jet lag is a real thing. As much as you drink and hydrate, jet lag is a thing. So why am I making this video? Well, it's basically to let you know what's going to be happening over the next couple of weeks. I know it's a bit rambly. It's late on a Sunday evening. But also, please be patient with the channel. There's 3 of us now working on content for the channel. We've got some great content in the cutting room, as it were. And I can only edit so fast. Erin can only edit so fast. And so there are more videos waiting to go out the door than we've had in a really long time. And we're just working through them and editing them. Essentially, Erin's doing rough edits, and then I'm kind of putting the finishing storyline to it. So she's doing all of the technical stuff, and then I'm kind of just crafting the story at the end. So that's how it's doing. And those daily videos that we do in the fake studio where we talk about a topic, I'm bashing one of those out a day at the moment. So I'll write the script in maybe an hour and a half. I'll film it in 20 minutes, and then it takes me about an hour to edit and push. And so I will try and do those in addition to doing all of the other content. But please be patient with us this week, because we are gearing up for a big trip. I've got to go and pick up my passport tomorrow, because I now have my visa in it. It's arrived, it's in Portland. It's just not here, and I have to go pick it up. We've got some fantastic, exciting things happening with 45 Drives. More on that really soon. And that means we're also going to have to switch our server around. And on top of all of that, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but we're in the process of buying a house. And my partner and I are just waiting for the mortgage to be finalised, and then we will hopefully be moving in about 60 days' time. We're doing a long close for reasons I won't go into here. I dropped the phone, I'm sorry. But we just are in the process of buying a house. So with all of that and everything else, what does this mean? I'm not going to be super easy to get a hold of, and you're going to have to put up with pre-records for a bit. So I'm sorry. Thanks for all your support. Please continue to subscribe to this channel. If you want to see some vlogs from India, I'm going to try and do those on the Whole Enchilada, which is my vloggy channel. Yes, I've got way too many YouTube channels. Go to the Whole Enchilada if you're not already subscribed, and I will hopefully try and do at least 1 or 2 Indian vlog videos like this on that channel. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. Support us Patreon and Ko-fi and buying something from our shop. And I will be back tomorrow on the main channel with more awesome content. Thanks to everyone who's helped us reach 79,000 subscribers. And if you don't forget, I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers before we go to Fully Charged Live in the UK in June. All 3 of the main team are going. That's Kate, Walton, Elliot, myself, and Erin. We're all going to be going. It's going to be fantastic. We're coming up to 10 minutes, and that is way too much of a video, just me talking. So until next time, keep evolving.